Hello everyone, in this video, I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Moeed Pirzada to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Moeed Pirzada's words. The most interesting development, from my point of view, is that after almost 4 months, the sister of Imran Khan, Alima Khan, meets him at last, with her other sisters Ann Noreen and Usma. What made General Asim Munir show mercy? Why did he show mercy? And how did his heart process this? I couldn't fully understand that. However, Alima Khan, after the press talk, expressed her excitement and said that she was very happy and didn't expect it at all. She was very grateful that the prison authorities allowed her to meet her brother. But Alima Khan's message, and Salman Akram Raja, whose resignation was once again not accepted, both of them raised a big question. Is the core political committee of the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf and the political committee rejecting Imran Khan's decisions and judgment? Because Imran Khan seems to be saying that PTI should not participate in the Punjab by-elections. Participating would legitimize the Sharif, Zardari, Asim Munir regime and essentially make their power more legitimate. The results of the elections would obviously be controlled by General Asim Munir's team. But the core committee of PTI has decided that they want to participate in the by-elections in Punjab. This ties back to an old rule in Pakistani politics, dating back to the 1980s, when Pakistan People's Party didn't participate in elections during General Zia-ul-Haq's time and a new assembly was formed. Later, PPP, under Benazir Bhutto's leadership, decided they must participate in the elections. The reality of Pakistan's political landscape has shifted dramatically since then. The understanding now is that you shouldn't leave a political vacuum for your enemies. However, the reality on the ground today is entirely different. The situation is much more complicated now, and elections are not as fair as they were in the past. The ground realities today are very different from those during the 1980s. Imran Khan's argument, which was also presented by Dr. Shahbaz G, holds a lot of weight, but the core committee of PTI refuses to accept this. It's an interesting situation because I can't remember any other political party, whether it's PPP or PMLN, where a party challenges the leader's decision so openly. It's clear that Imran Khan has communicated that it's up to the core committee to decide. He has asked them to discuss and present their decision before him. One of the key developments here is the situation surrounding Salman Akram Raja. His resignation was not accepted, which raised a lot of speculation. Some believe that Salman Akram Raja wasn't serious about resigning and was just leveraging the situation. He's been critical of the leadership within PTI, which is evident from his public statements. He has clarified that he's not a traditional politician, not a feudal lord, and not a factory owner. But he has always been committed to the cause of PTI. He made it clear that he thought it was best for him to step down as Secretary-General, since he wasn't able to persuade the party to stay out of the by-elections. Another important development, as Salman Akram Raja explained, is that Imran Khan has stated that Umar Ayub and Shibli Faraz will continue as leaders in their current positions because their cases are ongoing. He also mentioned that Mahmud Khan Achakzai should be appointed as the leader of the opposition in the National Assembly. Imran Khan's logic is clear. Achakzai's profile is different, and the regime cannot apply pressure on him the way they can on other PTI leaders. This is why Imran Khan wants Achakzai to remain in his position. Additionally, there was an interesting development when Siyasat.pk shared pictures of some books and their titles that had reportedly been delivered to Imran Khan. It's unclear whether these books were exactly what Imran Khan had asked for, but if they were, it shows his intellectual approach towards the political challenges faced by the Muslim world, including Pakistan. I personally feel a spiritual connection with Imran Khan, especially as I've been reflecting on the same issues regarding the history of Muslims and the challenges we face today. Lastly, Pakistan's Foreign Minister and Deputy Prime Minister Mr. Dar was in Saudi Arabia for a meeting with foreign ministers as part of an OIC summit. He also had meetings with Algeria's Foreign Minister and others. Before this, he had spent 2.5 days in Bangladesh, which I had discussed earlier. Some people are commenting that Pakistan's foreign policy at the moment is not as effective as it should be. In this, Pakistan has also undertaken a responsibility for itself. It is compelling different countries to recognize Israel and is pursuing this argument. Pakistan's stance is that once Saudi Arabia recognizes Israel, It will mark the point where it will be possible to convince other Muslim countries. Pakistan is playing a role in this stage, where many other Muslim countries from Central Asia, Africa and Bangladesh should recognize Israel after Saudi Arabia. Now, this could also be a political speculation, and it could totally be a rumor. But let me remind you that only 6 Muslim countries have recognized Israel so far. Turkey was the first to do so back in 1948 to 49. Iran had also recognized Israel at that time, but later de-recognized it after the Islamic Revolution. After Turkey, Jordan, Egypt, Morocco, Bahrain and the UAE recognized Israel, making a total of 6 countries with varying levels of relationships with Israel. Currently, the rest of the Muslim countries have not recognized Israel, and this is a significant challenge. Pakistan is also playing a role in this, according to political speculation. Now, quickly moving to international developments that, the whole world is watching at the moment. According to news reports, the United States Department of Homeland Security has clarified that in the next few hours, by the deadline of August 27th, Donald Trump's additional 25% duties will be imposed on imports from India or exports to the United States. The Department of Homeland Security will upload the notification regarding this, though honestly, it does seem a bit odd that the Customs Department isn't the one handling this. President Donald Trump's administration is likely to enforce the duties. India had high hopes until just a day ago that some solution would emerge between the United States and India. But now, as the day of August 26th is already half over, it seems that these duties will come into effect from tomorrow morning. In India and the United States there is, quite a bit of debate over this. Donald Trump's action is largely criticized by many, even from within his own administration. In the Indian press, it is being discussed that this might impact India's overall GDP and its export growth. It is said that India's exports to the United States in goods are around $87 to $90 billion, and the total United States-India trade stands at $190 billion. So there will be significant differences. India's economy's growth could be severely affected, and the issue is also seen as a dispute over Trump's desire to access India's agricultural, dairy and automobile markets. Narendra Modi's stance has been, quite firm. He will not tolerate any harm to India's small businesses, farmers or fishermen. This has only increased Modi's popularity in India, as people feel he is standing for the common man. No damage seems to be coming his way, at least not visibly. Over the past 2 weeks, Donald Trump has become extremely unpopular in India. No United States president has been this unpopular in India since President Nixon during the 1971 war, when Nixon tried to support Pakistan. In the past 24 hours, a video I recorded with Professor Christian Fair, where he commented on Donald Trump, has gone viral in India. This shows the strong negative sentiments surrounding Trump in India. On the other hand, China and India, especially China, are showing solidarity. Just a few days ago, China's ambassador in India stated that China will stand by India, calling the duties imposed on India unfair. Now, news reports indicate that there will be a significant ceremonial event in China. President Vladimir Putin of Russia and Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India will be arriving in China together for the first time in 7 years. The two have met before, with their most recent meeting being a year ago in Kazan, Russia. However, this time, they will arrive together in China, and President Xi Jinping is looking forward to welcoming them. However, this scenario is unfolding at a time when relations with the United States are strained. A left-of-centre Indian newspaper, The Hindu, has written an analysis on the growing relationship between China and India. The article states that while the optics seem positive, the reality is more complex. For example, even when China's foreign ministers visited India and were treated well, their next stop was Afghanistan, where discussions about the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, or CPEC, took place, which India opposes. After that, the Chinese foreign minister visited Pakistan, where top military leaders met, which further hurt India's relations with China. China's involvement in Pakistan's operations, particularly during Operation Sindoor, has led many Indians to believe that China provided crucial support to Pakistan, which contributed to India's humiliation. Under these circumstances, it's unlikely that China and India will see significant progress in their relations anytime soon. Another issue emerging is that while countries in the BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and SCO, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, have been coming together for optics, American analysts and the Trump administration do not consider these associations to be very functional. They argue that these countries do not have internal cohesion, and there are many differences between them that will prevent any significant breakthroughs. For instance, there is ongoing talk of a new BRICS currency to rival the dollar. But India, South Africa and many other countries believe in multi-currency usage, preferring to use their own currencies. However, China is pushing for its currency, the yuan, to become the alternative to the dollar within BRICS. China is already conducting trade with Brazil and Russia in yuan, and there are reports claiming that China is pressuring Pakistan to use yuan for trade as well. The bottom line is that China seeks to dominate BRICS with the yuan, but India does not agree with this, and this is just one of many issues that keep BRICS countries from truly coming together. American analysts believe that these countries will never be able to unify as they are simply too divided. I will discuss these matters in more detail when I reach Washington. But for now, let me quickly show you some images from the beautiful city of San Antonio, where I spent the day. After about 22 to 23 years, I visited San Antonio. The city's biggest attraction is the Riverwalk, which has been around for centuries, but was transformed in the 20th century by architect Robert H. Hugman into the stunning tourist destination it is today. San Antonio is the oldest historic city in Texas in terms of European settlement. By the early 20th century, it was the largest city in Texas, but Houston, with its oil-rich economy, is now the largest city. The second largest city is still San Antonio, followed by Dallas and Austin, which I visited a day before. San Antonio has a rich Mexican and Spanish history, and when you walk around you feel more of a European and Mexican atmosphere than a typical American one. That wraps up our translation of Moeed Pirzada's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.